Hello, everyone. We are coming to you live tonight to celebrate. We're celebrating something. I feel it in the air. Just not sure what it is yet. I know Ledka's still going live. Didn't mean to step on any toes, Ledka. I know you're doing your lives. I'm rolling mine, kind of in the same time slot. I appreciate all the support you've given me, Ledka. Believe me, I totally am grateful for it. I'm looking around. I've like lost my mind tonight. Hey, Joker, how are you doing? Hey, Ariel, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm still getting situated here, guys. Hey, Sherry Lynn Madcat, how are you doing? Sorry for the rough start, but and hopefully that's the end of the moving video. Gang, I'm going to be dropping a link in the live. I want this short. It's by a friend of mine over at Snakes on the Plains. I want this short to hit 1,000 by midnight if we can do that. I'm gonna be dropping that link throughout this live. Yeah, Joker, man, I know. I'm kind of a little bit bummed about what's going on in your situation. I don't want to publicly really kind of say what I'm thinking about this platform. But yeah, believe me, I'm thinking it. Gosh, let another person or two get in here. And guys, while we're waiting on people to get in here, hit that link that I'm dropping in the chat. I'm going to drop it again. It's a short. It's going to take you 15, 20 seconds to run. And I'm going to call him Nate Dogg. Don't know if he's going to like that. Yeah, no kidding. And Joker, I should hopefully be over there when this is through if you want to hang for a bit. Don't know what you got going on, but let me know. Basically, Nathan, who is Snakes on the Plains, put out a video. It's a short. It's less than 30 seconds. Well, I don't know if it's a short. I think it's coming up as a short. It's less than 30 seconds long. Wow, and he got it in 4K too. It's pretty dadgum amazing. Please, we gotta get that thing. It's at 9:14. I want to see it go over 1,000 by midnight. Why? Because last week we had spring weather here in Oklahoma, and spring is the start of everything good if you're a reptile or amphibian person. I shouldn't say that. Winter can be pretty good for some amphibians, some like things like salamanders. But definitely, guys, if you guys can hit that link, I'll be dropping it throughout. That's the only link I'm gonna want in here right now. Ariel, hey, I think I said hi to you. I know I said hi to Sherry. I know I said hi to Live Freedom. Sorry, bud. I slipped earlier on your name. Don't worry. No one really watches my channel anyway. But once again, like I said, no one no one drop Ledka's life to get over here unless he pulls it. If he pulls it and he sends people over here, way to go, Ledka. If not, stay in Ledka's life and enjoy Ledka's life. Because I'm going to run Ledka's live in its entirety after this with the volume turned up. Because can't remember if he's hit his hours or not. But I am committed to, helping people get their watch hours when the goal is monetization. It's not really, and we covered that in the last live, it's not really the best goal to have for YouTube because, like me, I'm doing my lives from this channel now because well, it's monetized. I mean, and gang, I need the money coming in. There's some new camera stuff I'd like to get, and I'm still pretty cheap. So it's kind of like, without money coming in, I kind of have a hard time rationalizing, drop so much on this or this camera lens. I mean, it's just one of them things, it's like, if you have a hobby, it's good when you make money back on that hobby, especially when it's an expensive one. Photography can be. You can get loaded down with gear. I'm going to thank Nobody Special. Hey, Moon, how are you? Good to see you. I'm going to thank Nobody Special for my new printer. Nobody Special, you're very special to me, bud. Just know that. And you always will be special to me. And man, hooking me up with that printer. I think I'm going to try and pull up the user guide after I'm off this live. So, and see if we can get it fired up and working. I did not get any paper for it yet, but I definitely appreciate the hookup on that Nobody Special, who's everybody special to me, man. Ariel, thank you. Thank you so much. Snakes on the Plains, my buddy Nathan, Snakes on the Plains. New channel, putting a quality video out every time. If you like my videos, I think you're going to love his. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to shoot this live to some of my guys, see if we can get them in here to see if they can join us. If not, nah, they'll catch it on the replay. I never thought about that because the guy's name's Nathan. I can call him Nate Dogg, and like this live might get picked up by people looking for music by Nate Dogg, who I think passed away 2002, somewhere back in there, 2003. He was the other half on the Warren G song Regulate. It was Warren G and Nate Dogg. And yeah, Ariel, that was a great short. He goes to this rattlesnake den in Oklahoma, and I'm not going to talk about specific locations. Moon, if I didn't say hi to you, hi Moon. I've been trying to catch all your lives. You're getting crazy with the road trips, man. I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. J-Rock, man. Dragoon 9966. Much love. Glad to hear you're doing better. Sorry about earlier. I kind of, I just had a sneezing fit. My allergies are all over the place. Guys, hit the like button for me if you can. Live, I'm going to add you as a moderator, just in case profanity, anything controversial. Better safe than sorry. We'll apologize and explain our stance later. Yeah, Catbird, I saw you sneak in here. Yeah, Catbird, I'm kind of, I tell you, I'm kind of starting to lean towards going more the route of like Smet Logic and Snakes on the Plains. incorporating a little bit more still photography, incorporating a little bit more B-roll. Now, I'll say this: when I started my channel, The Angry Atrox, a lot of people said, and I don't know that they're all still with me, but a lot of people said, you don't have all the B-roll. You cut right to the action. You know, it's a quick introduction and bam, you're just into the action, and we're not seeing 15 minutes of habitat, all that stuff. And so I kind of took that to heart a little. I did notice that my videos below 5 minutes were generally my most popular. You know, and that was the old YouTube mindset. Today, it's kind of back into make a longer video or do live streaming. And once again, I don't know what it is, but even on this channel, which I was very, very hesitant to live stream on, I'm getting like a lot more engagement from my live streams than I am my regular videos. Didn't think about that, Life Freedom. Yeah, Ariel, feel free to answer in chat. Once again, if you guys haven't seen it, Snakes on the Plains, incredible channel. Some people will probably be like, dude, just go work for Snakes on the Plains at this point. Well, you know, maybe I should. But he's a local in Western Oklahoma and knows a lot of people. And those are keys. A lot of times we talk about like field herping ethics, this and that, finding your spots, asking for spots. Those are all topics we've covered. But one topic that I haven't really dug into, but probably should, is relationships. And building those relationships. If you're a snake enthusiast, such as myself, you know, getting to know local people, putting it out on like WhatsApp, Nextdoor, Facebook, your neighborhood Facebook page. Oh, thanks, Catbird. That was kind of a freak occurrence where, you know, I had Desert Wolf Armory in my part of the state for a while last year, and we got to kick it some. I really like that guy. And once again, he went through a crisis with YouTube. This guy had videos. I'll tell you what, Live Freedom, tune in now to what I'm saying. That guy, the link doesn't work. Let me retry it. Because I think, ooh, bam. Ooh, hang on, wait a second. Did I post the wrong link? No, I posted a link to my live. Hang on. Okay, now I should have the right link in chat. This is a link to hit Snakes on the Plains' latest short. And basically, more or less, getting back to my point, Live Freedom, my buddy Desert Wolf Armory, look up on YouTube, Desert Wolf Armory, just one word all ran together. Machine guns and rattlesnakes. It's like a channel after my own heart. Big fan of the guy for 3 years, the entire life of his channel. And then one day, like, I get a message on Instagram, and it's like, hey, it's me, you know who I am? I'm like, dude, I'm surprised you know who I am. I was, like, kind of starstruck by it all for a little bit. Guy had, like, 200,000 followers. Guy had videos, 20 million views, 10 million views. I really hope I'm not dropping anything that he doesn't want out there, because I think it's kind of obvious by now that he had to remove some of his videos. And this guy worked and did an incredible amount of work and built up this huge audience, and then just started getting attacked. I think that's what happened. Oh, wow, that's cool. Let me refresh it and see for myself. Yeah, he went from like 935 at the start of this to 988. I found Nathan's. Hold on, I want to read this comment. Because Catbird, man, you're a brother from another mother, and I appreciate everything you do. I found Nathan's channel when he only had 7 subs. Gave him a shout out. Yes, exactly. I'm hoping that this coming year he's going to break 1,000. I think he's going to get the watch time fairly. I think he's going to get the watch time actually probably before he gets the 1,000 subscribers. We all know that you have to put out content, and that's what's important. That when you got someone that's a brother, someone that's had your back, you got to share their stuff. Ariel, Viking, Venture, and Victuals. Dragoon, if you click on Ariel's name or click on the 3 right dots to the side, you can go to her channel. Hey, Outdoors with Big Matt. And Ariel, feel free to drop your link. We'll let you drop your link, and I'll keep guiding people back to the shorts. But yeah, Catbird. The funny thing about me is over the Angry Aatrox, I went over, and once again, that was with the help of Desert Wolf Armory. He did for me exactly what I'm doing for Snakes on the Plains tonight. He did a live, got his people in there, said, hey, go sub this guy. Even if you don't stay sub forever, let's get him up over 1,000. I was like at 850. And by the end of that live, I had 1,000 subs. And right now on that channel, I've got about 1,300 subs, but only 1,500 watch hours, almost 1,500 watch hours. Even with the lives, man, people aren't engaging as much over there as they are over here. So while I didn't really want to go live from this channel, I just figured jump in, bite the bullet, do it. It's monetized. You guys staying here watching me, just watching me, man, you don't need to super chat me. You don't need to join my channel. That's not what I'm about. There's a link to Ariel's channel. Hey, Dragoon, J-Rock, there's the link. And man, if you can sub her too, she's great people. Mr. J, welcome. How are you? Mr. J, I am doing a shorts drive for a buddy of mine at Snakes on the Plains. I just dropped the link in there. It's a video called First Rattlesnake Den. Outdoors with Big Matt, if you could check that out. We're just trying to help this guy who does a lot with animals and stuff. We're just trying to help him get over 1,000 by, I said by midnight. Well, now he's 1,023, so thank you. But please, by all means, keep hitting that short. Guy walks up on a rattlesnake den in western Oklahoma. I think like 8 or 9 are obvious from the video, but there's more. So you want to watch the video and count, and you want to see how many you find. Leave him a comment. And leave him a comment and let him know how many rattlesnakes you saw. Man, if you're learning to cook, Ariel's the place. Man, I like rip off Ariel's channel, and then like I use it to impress my wife. And like she's like, oh, you know how to do that? And I'm like, my buddy Ariel, good people. Sherry Lynn Madcat, good people too. Mr. J, good people. Been a while since I've seen you, Mr. J. Glad to have you in the house. Yeah, right. hey, J Rock, you know what's going on. You know what's going on. Ah, boy. Oh, that's cool, and it's attaching to another video that is fairly popular. The title picked up the suggestion of a video by Carl J. Franklin, Rattlesnake Den Activity. That's cool. Carl Franklin is a great guy. He's kind of been out of the scene for a while, but if you see Rattlesnake Den Activity on Carl J. Franklin's channel, that's worth a watch. I'll say that. That is worth a watch. He does a great video about rattlesnake behavior in West Texas, what it's like, what it does, what they do. Thanks, Mr. J, for the sub for Snakes on the Plains. He's an incredible. He's an all around good guy. He's the kind of guy that, like, if you're looking for something, and he's got a spot, he'll message you, he'll hook you up if he thinks you're cool and won't blab it. He's kind of one of those dudes that's like, when we all win, we all win. And that's just why I want to help him. Boy, done his too. Thank you for that, Sherry. I'm getting a message about another group that I'm in. And where am I at here? Sorry, I got lost for a second. Guys, do me a favor, man. Hit the thumbs up. Seriously. I would love to keep it going. I would love to see him hit 2,000. And that's pulling up the... That link should go back to the shorts. It looks like that time it picked it up with the shorts and the title. Life Freedom, if it's not too crazy controversial, what new channel did you follow? Gary Kelshaw, hello, how are you? It's good to have you in here tonight. Once again, guys, I hope you're not bailing on Ledka's live. Because, I mean, Ledka has given me a lot of support behind the scenes. And I'm trying to get him back. And I'm about due to get caught up on his lives. Remember, guys, when you're rolling people's lives, leave the volume up. Little known secret, YouTube, from what I'm hearing, picks up when you watch someone's live on mute and they don't count it as engagement time. I don't know that that's true. I don't know that that's the case. I am not a professional YouTuber, but basically someone passed that information to me, so I'm passing it along to other people because I don't want my friends to waste their time. I don't want you rolling my whole lives playlist if I'm not going to get the watch time credit for it, and I don't want you going through the energy if I'm going to do the watch, if I'm not going to get the watch time credit for it. That may sound selfish, but let me kind of run it down for you guys. My philosophy of what is going on and why I've got things set up the way I have. A lot of people really helped me once this channel blew up. People like Iron Dog Reptiles, Justin's My Animal House. They taught a lot to Derek's Reptiles. I'm going to probably do one of these kinds of videos for him at some point in the near future. But just watch the Den video. Catbird, isn't that amazing? Like, I think he counted, he told me later he saw 14 snakes in all in that little area. That was last week. Keep in mind, this Friday we're supposed to get snow. Praying that it misses us. Praying that it goes around us. Sorry to hear that you're back in the sling, Sherry. So sorry to hear that. And believe me, I recently know what being in a sling is like. Exactly. Yeah, well, I cut myself out of my cast Um, he missed one, Todd. Well, he in the video he probably did, because I think he says 9 or 10 in the video. But like he was looking at it later, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, there's like 13, 14 snakes at this site, and a couple of them got away. He didn't quite get video of them." DEA Exotics, hello, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I'm trying to get my buddy's short. It's a pretty amazing short, okay, and it's like the first really good Oklahoma field herping short of the spring. To at least from this neck of the woods. The guy goes out and he goes to an area that is a fairly protected den site. It is on private property. It is not hunted. It's good stuff. You know, I mean, it's just good stuff. And the guy finds like several rattlesnakes off the go. So yeah, Sherry, you and Dragoon need to hook up, because we've all had we've all had our fair share of um, problems this week, or this quarter, this last year. Sherry, I want to say Sherry broke her arm. Dragoon broke his shoulder blade. I want to say a couple, like 2 weeks ago on the ice. If correct me, J Rock, if I've got that wrong, because Tammy was asking me about it earlier, and she was like, "When did it happen?" And I was like, "Well, I think it was that last bit of ice that we had." And funny thing, I was walking out to my outbuilding here at my house, and I started to slip on the ice. Like I didn't, like I thought it had all melted off, and I was walking and I started to slip, and I caught myself just in time, and I was sitting there thinking, man, all I need to do is fall and break this again or something. I've been released. I'm out of the cast. I've got a nifty little scar. I'm gonna tell chicks I meet at bars that like I got in a knife fight. Not well. I'm gonna make sure, make sure I get the wedding ring off or something. I don't know. I'm gonna tell chicks at the bar that like I got in a knife fight or something. So it's a good deal. Hey, Smet Logic, how you doing, sir? I'm dropping. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. In case you haven't, it's a link to Nate's short. I just wanted to push his short and get it some upward motion, and get some people who might not. Yeah, right, like freedom. It's like take off wedding ring. Hey, baby. Yeah, I think it's a knife fight in prison. Yeah, I actually pull stuff like that. Well, I used to pull stuff like that. The internet is forever, lest I forget. Um, yeah, Sherry, because he might be moving a little slow. Yeah, he was trying to catch his nephew and went down on the ice. And Dragoon, if I remember correctly, you have had your surgery. You are over it. Or no, you're not over it. You're at home recuperating, but you've had all the repair work done, right? Um, if I'm not squared away on that, man, shoot me a PM or something. But Dragoon, you need to start doing videos. Yeah, Metal Sue 82. Yeah, you're actually showing up on this channel. It's a funny thing. Metal Sue 82 sometimes is opinionated about certain things. She tends to get in the same doghouse that Live Freedom gets into. Live Freedom is currently in the doghouse, although he's kind of able to chat and do things. But it's just a mess all around. I tell you, this go round is just something else. What is he at now? Because he was at 938 when I started this live. And I'm wanting to say he's over 1,000. I know he's over 1,000. Um, Hang on, let's see. Click and go back to his main screen. I wish YouTube would leave stuff alone. You get it figured out one way, and he's at 1,114 views on my screen. And that's all this is about, that and doing lives from this channel. Which is kind of funny. Normally I get my live reception on the computer and I kind of can watch myself. For some reason, it seems to be hung up tonight, so I don't know. Maybe I've got too many troublemakers in the house. Because Metal Sue 82 is a troublemaker. And Life Freedom, he's a bit of a troublemaker. He's just kind of a bit of trouble all around. And I did catch that channel name. I'm going to look it up after I get off here and sub to it. And Life Freedom, I think that's a good idea for business. A business. What you were talking about, I'm seeing, more and more people get into business and that kind of stuff. So I really think, I really think you're onto something there. And hopefully, if you need help, you'll hit me up. Yeah, Smet Logic, I agree. Snakes on the Plains, he needs more subs. But once again, we all know the shorts drive your subs rate up. I mean, I don't know why, but it worked for me like that. Lee Wilcox, okay, I know who you are. Craig Down Under, yes. Thank you for being our guest tonight, Lee. A little bit about my channel real quick. This is for Lee, because I think this is the first time he's visited my channel. I started out documenting stuff at these festivals we have in the United States called rattlesnake roundups. I'm not real happy about a lot of it. We'll be here, Andrew. See you when you get back. But anyway, I started documenting stuff for like historical purposes and things. I'd get into discussions with people, and they would say, you don't know what you're talking about, or you never been. And it's like, yeah, no, actually, I've been to 20 of them in Texas and Oklahoma. And so I started uploading that video to this channel. One of those videos took off. It pushed me into monetization. So now I'm uploading everything over here. I just really can't find a way around it. Because once again, I'm trying to rationalize buying more gear. Snakes on the Plane, besides being a great friend to me personally, guy's an incredible photographer. I think he's a better photographer than he is a videographer. Although he's getting really good with the video stuff. But he has some top secret tricks that he has to shooting, getting macro shots of venomous snakes really up close and personal. And, ouch, Gary, that sounds like that's going to hurt. But, and me and him kind of were like, he kind of saw my videos and was kind of like, dude, you're doing this. I know, I can tell from your videos. And I was like, well, dude, you're doing this. I can tell from your photos, And so we kind of started putting our heads together. And dadgummit, he's already made it out to Arizona, met Smet Logic. That's kind of like my goal in life, is to meet Smet Logic. Smet Logic is a huge inspiration going back to 2010, some god-awful amount of time ago. Smet Logic's a legend in field herping. Guy's been around forever. And definitely, we were all talking the other day, Smet Logic. Yeah, they are. And sometimes Smet, I think he's got a little more guts than brains. I think he would agree. sometimes I've heard reports of him getting told, "Hey, you're getting a little too close. Watch your fingers." Smet Logic is overrated. Smet Logic Herping is the coolest channel on YouTube, hands down. I'm sick of hearing about that other guy, whatever his name is. God, I can't remember his name. But we know the name is Smet Logic, and we hold it in high reverence. If you like my videos, check out Smet Logic Herpings for sure. But gang, we have at least hit the mark. We have went over 1,000. I think we're at 1,100 views. Check out some of his other videos too while you're there. And if you want to leave my live to go to his channel, by all means, I'm not going to get offended. Not at all. Not at all, because it's a great channel. Yeah, Dragoon, I think, went to college in the UK. Dragoon, correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't want to speak for you, but sometimes I can help fill in the details. I want to say, didn't you go to school with, like, the guy who played Harry Potter? Let me know, Dragoon, because I'm thinking you went to school with the guy from Harry Potter. No. Okay. Straighten me out on that, because I thought maybe I'm got something mixed up along the way. Um, But anyway, yeah, Smet Logic is overrated because so many people rate them because their videos are so good. So Smet Logic is overrated. Smet Logic needs more subs. Literally. Why Smet Logic isn't at 20,000 subs is this freak mystery of YouTube. And all of us are mad about it. And Rob, we're going to talk about you, like, while you're here. Squatchy is mad about it. Catbird, he thinks you should be higher. I know Nate does. I also know Pemberton. Pemberton's what I think he doesn't comment on a lot of videos. Pemberton's not a commenter. I'd almost guarantee you he's watched probably 90% of of Smet Logic's channel. So yeah, and YouTube can be like that. Sometimes you get the most insane creator. They put out the best content, and they don't get the subs, or people, you know, I think as Pemberton Boys said, I kill myself hiking these mountains to make these videos, and then some girl, on purpose walks into a door like 5 times in a row in a different outfit, and she gets, 8 million followers, and we can't figure it out. It's like, that was kind of the thought behind my dog channel, is one, I wanted a lot of memories of my dog. My dog's getting up there in years. And hopefully my dog's going to adapt well to Springfield herping. If not, he may be at the house with mom. And honestly, that put a little bit of a kink in field herping last year. So there were a lot of times where my wife was going away. I didn't want to leave the dog. But I am going to take a page out of Smet Logic and Snakes on the Plains playbook and probably do a little more B-roll, make it a little more entertaining. I'm starting to experiment with music on my dog channel. It's kind of, I'm kind of learning how to find the better free music on YouTube, because I really hate to pay for anything. I am like so dirt cheap. It's unreal. This pen, I don't want to say it was stolen from like the previous employer, or, this pencil. I mean, I do like these pencils. They're like $1.89 each. And they kind of have that 7mm lead. Oh, it's just perfect. But I'm not saying like I steal stuff like this from employers. We all do it. We've all walked off from the job with pins in our pockets and things like that. And you know, I just honestly, I'm just really happy to be doing a live from a monetized platform and being able to do for other creators what people took the time to did for me. Smet Logic. Okay, Smet Logic, you Catbird, you nailed it. A matter of fact, I'm going to, Catbird, I hope this doesn't offend you, but I'm going to copy your comment and I'm going to repost it. Smet Logic Herping is so supportive of all herpers and doesn't have the ego that some herpers unfortunately have. That's Smet Logic. We're going to get together and do like a channel slam for Smet Logic at some point. I'm going to get some people together and we're going to see if we can't get him some upward traction. Because once again, you know, Squatchy brought it up the other day best. He's like, none of us, you know, he got off the phone with Catbird, turned around and FaceTimed me. And Squatchy brought it up that none of us would be talking if it wasn't for Smet Logic. And I tell you, it wasn't that long ago. I was living at my other house, and I was watching the newest Smet Logic video, which I always try to be like in the first 5 people that hit this new Smet Logic videos when they drop, because they're just that dang good. Thanks, Marah. Love you, Marah. But he was doing this shout out video. Ooh, we have a bot. Thank you, live. Bam. Guys, let's not talk about meds. For some reason, it's even talking about medicine is it's getting caught in the flag. So sorry to be a bummer, but let's not talk medicine, because hell, right now I guess you can't say aspirin on YouTube. Well, yeah, that too, bots. But anyway, I'm sitting there watching, like, Smet Logic does this shout out video. I'm like at 300 subs. I remember I was like at 300 subs on the Angry Aatrox. It's okay, Lee. It's YouTube. It's not you. I'm not trying to offend anybody, shut down conversation. I just don't want stuff getting flagged. Gary Kelshaw's got it. But anyway, so I'm watching the Smet Logic shout out video. And I'm thinking, man, love this guy, love his channel. You know, I bet you by the next time he does a shout out video, I bet you I'm in the next one. And then it's like I'm watching, and he's going over creators, you know, the guy who did the Herping in Oman series, live streamed, Squatchy. And then it's like, he's like, here's Todd Autry out of Oklahoma. And that was back when my channel was called Todd Autry, which is my name. And he's like, you've got to check out his channel. And like, literally, I had a 200 subscriber bounce within 2 hours. And just Smet Logic, you know, how do we repay you? I don't know. If you see a snake hook you want, man, let me know. I'll buy it for you. Not that you need me to, but yes, Smet Logic is just this very, in a world, in a culture filled with ego and other things, and sometimes just some not so nice stuff, you have people like Smet Logic. And just meeting one Smet Logic makes it all worth it. And if I lost my monetization tomorrow, I would still, even if I quit doing YouTube tomorrow, I would still come to YouTube and hit Smet Logic's videos from 2 accounts, 3 accounts, you know, maybe get my wife sub to him. You know, exactly, Life Freedom. I think it's the artificial intelligence that's kind of being like oversensitive. Tell me the tree with the vine in it. Man, I'm telling you, this is where you get Nathan down there with you. And you should probably bring along me, because Nathan can get in trouble. And, you know, sometimes I have to get him out of some trouble. Actually, that's probably the other way around. I can think of a few instances where I probably would have been killed had it not been for snakes on the plains. So there's like another debt of gratitude I really owe the guy. Um, but literally, he has that stupid beginner's luck. And we've talked about it, and like I worked on like nailing down a solid timber spot close to home. I know I know where the ones in central Oklahoma that you've been to are, but I wanted a couple close to home, and I live on Keystone Lake, so they're here, they're around here. And if you look at if you Google Earth Keystone Lake and look at the surrounding areas, you can tell Smet Logic of all people. You could tell you'd be like, why do you not why do you not have your own spot close to home? Well, I've kind of worked on that and worked that out, and now for the most part, I've got two or three fairly good ones. And once again, back to relationships, which we started on earlier. The relationships you have with people, becoming that neighborhood snake guy, getting on WhatsApp, getting on your neighborhood Facebook page, things like that is so, so important. If you want to find new areas, if you want to get on people's property, you build trust with a landowner. And it's kind of like me. If I owned 200 acres of farmland, which I don't, if I did, I'd probably have a rattlesnake farm. You guys know me. But if I did, you know, I sure as heck wouldn't let just anybody go on there and hunt, even though, you can get subsidies from the. I want to say you can get, if you let your land be hunted in Oklahoma, I'm pretty sure you can either get your ponds stocked with fish by the game department, or you can get some kind of assistance from the ODWC. But then again, you also absorb the liability of someone coming on your property with a gun, possibly shooting at someone else. Who is Nate mentioned in your live? That's Snakes on the Plains. Metal Sue, I just dropped a link in chat. I'm going to drop it again. I'm wanting everybody to hit this short. It's a 30-second video for a guy that needs some upward traction. He's going to be bringing us awesome videos this spring. And I'm just calling him Nate Dogg because the search engines will pick it up. Um, Snakes on the Plains, yes. If you can go if you can go click on this link that I'm dropping in the live, definitely would appreciate it. Leave this live to go watch that link because we want him to wake up tomorrow with like 5,000 views or something. We want to give that guy something to be happy about tomorrow. I'll say that. Craig Donaher, Craig's Catfish Cave, cool fish channel. If you're into fish, check him out. I used to say sub everybody. Now I'm kind of like backing off of that. And not that like you're going to listen to me anyway. But, it kind of pays to be subbed to channels that you're actually interested in. If you, excuse me, sorry. If you just sub to every channel that comes along, you start like not getting people's notifications, the channels you really care about. And that was another conversation that myself and Squatchy, and I think Catbird may have even had. Now, I didn't have it with Catbird. I think Squatchy may have had it with Catbird, but then it got back around to me that, the bigger your channel grows, the more issues you have, the more drama, the more haters, the more jealousy. So growth is good. We do like it. Good gosh. Hang on. I don't see why your comment, Lee, got flagged because, one, I tend to agree with it, but hey, us American men can hunt dirty women on the weekend just as well as any of you British guys. Let me just funning with you, Lee. Um, but but anyway, hey guys, thank you. You guys that don't normally hit my lives, man, thank you for jumping in, being a part. Love it, love the support. Exactly, Ariel. You get to where you can't keep up with people, and then you realize you're not catching important videos when they pop. A lot of people saying they're not getting my notifications, they're not getting their notifications, they're not getting his notifications. Part of that is you may be like over subbed to too many channels. And sometimes like being subbed to a channel for a while can be good, because sometimes like it helps drive your numbers and your subs go up, and then they drop a little, then they go back up more, then they drop a little. It's an ongoing ladder with a growing channel. And but really you kind of want to be subbed to people whose channels you're going to engage with and follow. Yeah, and I'm hopefully gonna Smetlogic. I'm hopefully gonna stow away on that trip if everything works well. If not, me and Nate may be back out with Pimby, and this other guy Andrew. He may come out to AZ at some point, but Arizona is on the take. And what was going on was I had a West Texas trip planned for this last weekend if the weather would have been good, just to check out croats. I wasn't after gray bandeds. Now, once again, I would sure photograph one if I saw one, but that wasn't the purpose. It was Mojaves, blacktails, atrox, tons of atrox, things like that. That was kind of the motivating factor to get into no man's land and just get out there where you can, a lot of stuff when it breaks from the den, you can kind of like catch up and do a video like what Snakes on the Plains did. And we're definitely, I was definitely planning on that. And then like I had some stuff come up and then the weather was bad. So I decided to say, man, I don't want to sink those resources there. I want to get to Arizona, because one, I just want to go out in the desert and fly the drone. I mean, sure, I want to herp there, but anyone that knows me, they also know I'm a drone enthusiast. I'm trying to get Pemberton boys to show me their tricks, and believe me, I'll get it out of them. Either that or I'll get beat up, one or the other. But and I know a lot of what he does and how he does it. It's just kind of me perfecting the art of doing it. Watch Pemberton Boys' new Jeep video, their new off-roading video. I think you already hit it, Smet Logic, but it's a good video. It's got a corn song in the background, and it like just fits perfectly. And you see, if I could pick music and make it fit, I'd probably be a little more open to using music. I don't know how you take something like that that's copyrighted unless you buy it off iTunes, maybe, and then you have the license to use it while you're on YouTube. I don't know. And I hate iTunes. I'm literally not the world's best Apple person, as my computer buddy Joker, Life Freedom, can attest to. He's like, we've talked about some issues this week, and so, it's just kind of been what it is. Sherry, can you? Aha, that's cool. What I'm kind of looking for is, okay, we'll do that. What I kind of learned to look for, and I'm not necessarily giving away any trade secrets here, but right, and Ariel, that's kind of what set me off music is in 2012, 2013, I was working on a channel and I had the license for the music, and I hated doing the narration. I hated it. And like the license was good for like I guess 2 or 3 years, and I missed that in the fine print. And then like some really high ranking videos got like removed. And it just bummed me out. It just made me say, I'm going to do this field herping video. We're not going to have any music in it. I'm going to do narration over the spots where there should be music. Um, you know, um, things like that. So I just kind of decided that music wasn't going to be a part of what I do. Dragoon, I've got you, but how are people doing copyrighted songs into their videos? That's the thing. Hey Solo, how are you? Good to have you, Brad Clark. Good to see you, sir. Good to have you. Had a comment taken down here about. Yeah, I believe it or not, and that's what I was talking about with Live Freedom earlier. Is the AI that works on platforms like this? Just it triggers. I mean, I know that's kind of a cliched term to use, but it triggers. It sees something and it assumes it's bad. I mean, like on Facebook, you like that picture of Santa Claus was like being taken down like 2 years ago, I think. That was when Facebook launched their new AI, and like they were saying the picture was offensive, and I never figured out why. Exactly, you can't monetize with copyrighted music. Um, is kind of been my barometer. So Pemberton Boys launches the stuff with that corn song in it, which was perfect for the video. And it's like, so he can't monetize that video. His channel can still be monetized, but I think that video can't be. Um, and it's kind of sad because sometimes a music can really hold a person on a video. Like literally, I do think that like lack of music has hurt some of my previous efforts. But at the same time, when you get a video up to 150,000 views, like on an old channel from the early 2010s that I did, and had the license, things like that, as clear to be, then something changed between the artist and not Corel, because I was using Corel editing software, but something changed between the artist and YouTube, and then wham, my video just goes away. And now my channel has like 150,000 less views. And yeah, I was steaming mad. And I honestly, I'm a little too impatient, and I really need to work on that when it comes to the editing room. When it comes to software, I like to get the most important clips, try to tie them together, and get it out there. Um, I was releasing a video a week on the Angry Atrox, which is my other channel, for probably 3 years. And then I started kind of slowing down and getting into lives and things like that. Um, Spoofy is not tied with YouTube. Are you talking about Spotify? Joker, are you talking about Spotify? Be smarter than big tech. Ah, there you go. Free. There is some really appropriate license. Right. And yeah, Lee, that's a good point. There are some affordable options. Once again, when I funnel all my equipment purchases through like my head and go, am I really going to use this? Like I have this GoPro 8. I don't need the latest GoPro. I like the wide angle shots you can get with these, and they can kind of be cool for tying scenes together, getting some interesting B-roll. I'm not going to go out and buy the newest GoPro every time it drops. I'm just not. I'm looking at the DJI Pocket, the DJI Osmo Pocket, I believe, and it's where the camera's built in. It's not like the OM4, the OM5, where you put your phone in it and use it as a gimbal. Because I really do want like a good, I don't want to say affordable gimbal, but I want something good. I just don't want to pay a lot of money for it because I'm cheap. Ask my wife. You guys hit her up on Facebook. Say, is Todd cheap? She'll say yes. He's a cheap bastard. Um, but literally, I kind of like overanalyze my purchases, and I'm looking at a gimbal. And then my wife's niece told me she was looking at a gimbal and asked me if I knew anything about the Pocket. And I'm like, wow, this is the conversation we're needing to have. She's a vlogger. She has like 1 million followers on TikTok. She's a hell of a lot better looking than I am. I'll say that. I can understand why like thousands, hundreds of thousands of guys are tuned into her channel. It makes perfect sense. I'm trying to get her to do more YouTube videos with me and pull like a Lou or something, have her jump out of like a hot car or something. And someone drop a line to Lou, tell him I'm talking smack about him over here, and maybe he'll join us and hit the link. And but but anyway, I just kind of like I try to push my equipment to the max because you can get caught up in buying camera gear. Like, the DJI, I've got a DJI Mavic 2 Pro over here on my desk. I've also got a Mini 2, DJI Mini 2. I've got 2 drones. They're already working on the 3s. Well, they come out with the 3 Pro, and then they're already working on the Mini 3. And it's just like, maybe someday for some reason I'll have the reason to buy that. But it's like, I want to get my use out of this equipment that I've already like invested money in. And then I never buy equipment when it's first off the shelf because it's just like buying a new car. You roll a new car off the lot, you lose a fourth of the value when you drive it off the lot. It just kind of sucks, and it's kind of the part about being an equipment chaser. So anyway, like I said, I kind of, I look at different purchases. Like, and one thing I dislike about the GoPro is they're starting to go to that $5 a month app thing. Now, if you wanted to use the unlimited cloud storage, I could see where that would be very much worth it. But me, I just don't like subscriptions. You get enough of them going. Next thing you know, you're spending $200 or $300 a month on things that you don't use a lot of. And that's what's put me off the Adobe products. They're good products. Photoshop, Creator Suite, Lightroom, Studio Premiere, things like that. They're amazing products, but I just am like looking at $29.99 a month and thinking, gosh, will I use it that much to get the value out of it? That's kind of the question. And how is the Mavic 2 Zoom, Brad? I didn't get into the Mavic 2 Zoom. My idea of zooming is just taking my Mavic 2 Pro and getting it closer to the subject. Yeah, and GIMP is something I've been looking at. I use Snapseed for some photos. I think GIMP may actually be a little better than Snapseed, and GIMP is free. And once again, there's all this free software out there. Pemberton boys, not to keep bringing him up, but I'm sure he won't mind. But he did a lot of his videos in DaVinci Resolve, I think the free version. DaVinci Resolve, the free version, and he's just now getting into the paid version. And once again, it's like you take stuff, you push it to the max, and you gun it. Like, I still have my GoPro 3 somewhere, and I've got my 8. The 3 still works, although it's lucky to, I don't think it gets even 1080. Lee Wilcox stopped making video in 4K about a month ago. I agree. I agree to some degree. What I've noticed is 4K video, for me, on my YouTube channel, the kind of stuff I shoot, it generally gets more traffic and more traffic added to it if it's in 4K. It's like 4K is becoming the new 1080p. Now, where 4K is important, and I think, Lee, you nail it, Lee Wilcox, is you go to, you hit up And I'm subbing you now, Lee Wilcox. Just FYI, just hit sub. Um, like I've got like a 6K TV or something ridiculous in my living room, and like my drone video that's in 4K, it looks amazing. And on a screen that big, you can tell the difference between 4K and 1080. I can't when watching a video on my iPhone. If I'm watching a 4K video on my iPhone, I can't tell if it's 4K or 1080. Now, I can take the same two videos, which like can be video of the same thing, because I've done this with my drone stuff, and shot 3 minutes of video in 1080, 3 minutes of video in 4K, and then I've cast it to a 55-inch TV, and that's where you can definitely tell the difference. But at the same time, it's 1080, it takes up so much less storage space, and I'm buying hard drives. These people at Western Digital, I guarantee you they love me. I'm buying hard drives left and right just because I had a computer go down because I had too much stuff in places I needed to get it out of the temporary storage and get it into permanent storage. Then it's backed up in a cloud. That gets expensive. So I'm kind of with you to a large degree, Lee. And what I found is, like, if you're making a 10-minute video and the first 30 seconds to a minute is all in 4K, that's what your video will show up and rank as. So, like, I've done some videos where, like, the first 10 15 seconds is in 4K and it was shot with like a GoPro, and then the rest of it is 1080. I accidentally shot some 1080 footage with my drone, but it shows up and registers as 4K, gives you the 4K trademark, things like that. So there's kind of some tricks to it. A lot of times 1080 works just fine in my opinion. I still think it's a good usable format. But 4K I think is just going to be it's kind of moving into the standard, and now even though I don't think TVs can really render anything above 6K yet, I could be wrong. Don't hold me to this. But is it going to go to like higher? Is it going to go to 8K television? Or are they going to come out with something else? Because I'm hearing that from some people who really, really stay on top of tech. Don't get an 8K camera yet. Wait and see what else comes out. Because there may be some other things that are as good or better. And it's just, it's going to be different. And the 8K resolution is not going to... you can shoot in 8K, but if your TV is only 4K compatible, to me, it's like, why go there? It's kind of like you're getting the cart ahead of the horse. I said that all wrong. The cart ahead of the horse. Yeah, and Dragoon, and that's another thing, is it's heading towards 8K. But at the same time, are you going to drop $3,000 or $4,000 on a camera that does 8K? Or I think the Google Pixel phones are like 6K or 8K. DEA had one, and if he was in here, I could ask him. But then I'm hearing that like other things are going to come out that are different and give like as much if not a better picture than like an 8K camera or a 10K. Dude, I'm hearing about it from IT people who do the same stuff you do. So that'll be another conversation for you and me for another day. Well, and and I kind of thought, so that's why I'm going to kick back and just keep rolling in 4K for most of my main videos and wait and see where it all goes. The Galaxies do 8K too, but Ariel, does it render in 8K? Like, I've never seen, and maybe I just haven't been looking for it, but can you go out and shoot a video on 8K footage and have it render on 8K through YouTube? Um, the it seems like 4K is the highest it'll go, and 720 is perfectly fine for things like lives, for things that you just keep on your channel and don't save. But the kind of footage I shoot, I definitely want to, if it's good footage, I want to preserve it. That being said, you can always count on some video producer somewhere to contact you and say, hey, this really horrible footage that you've got, and I'm even surprised you uploaded to YouTube, we actually want to buy that. What editing app do you use, Ariel? Because believe me, for some reason, sometimes it's like the worst, cruddiest video on your channel gets the most attention. It's just another one of those YouTube trickery things. Yeah, live, I know, you work all the time and don't see the light of day during the week. I get that. Yeah, Ariel, what editing app do you use? Okay, paid in shot. Okay. See, I use free iMovie. I'm all about using the free until you just can't do more with it, and then I would look at either switching to DaVinci Resolve free version or Final Cut Pro. I kind of got to do a little research and figure out the learning curve on both, because everything camera wise in my house is Sony. That's a Sony a6000. This is a Sony AX53. I've got my old Sony Bloggy here that doesn't even work. And why, part of why I've stuck with Sony is because you don't jump to a learning curve by going to a different brand. I think it's really proficient if you're going to be like a professional filmmaker to learn how to operate in a Nikon environment, a Canon environment, a Sony environment, Fuji, Panasonic, stuff like that, Pentax even. I think if you're going to be a full-time filmmaker, there's an advantage to knowing how to work in whatever environment that you can handle, that you can learn. But for someone who is a weekend filmmaker such as myself, it goes back to the conversation I had with Ori Martin, Texas Snake Hunter, where he's like, man, he told me, he said, I've got so many lenses that fit Nikon bodies that I'm kind of like, I'm either going to have to start over if I move to Sony or Canon and, start over again and rebuy all these different lenses. And so I kind of saw the point he was coming from, as in, you can drop more on lenses than you can the latest camera technology. Very easy sometimes. If you look at the Sony wars and what they're doing, going up to the A7, 5Rs and all the stuff like Mike Clarkson shoots with, people like that. I mean, I can understand why he does it. He's like a cinema photographer. His specials are on National Geographic. I want to say he directed a couple of episodes of Duck Dynasty. Funny little fact about Mike Clarkson. I looked up his bio one time because I'm a bit of a fanboy. And I want to say he directed a couple of episodes of Duck Dynasty. And me personally, I think that's the coolest thing ever. But, neither here nor there. I kind of see why someone who makes a commercial living in that field would chase the latest and greatest technology. With me, I will take my equipment, run it into the ground, and only and only upgrade when it's cost effective to do so. And that's another thing I don't like about buying new stuff is the DJI Mavic 3 Pro that just came out. Like the first 2 weeks it was out, it had all kinds of bugs. And they were still working on it, and they were still having people beta testing, the drone when it first came out. And it's like they already put it all on the market and it's got problems that's like that anyone, if you were buying your first drone and you bought that one, it would have been problematic for you. If you're an experienced drone pilot, I think you probably could have handled it until they got this specific update. And that's another thing, is updates are constant. So anyway, I want to get over here, and we've kind of went a little crazy on what have we done? We've done a little. We went a little crazy on. Just talking about different things, and my voice is starting to go down. This is a good sign that it's getting time to end the live. I'm going to drop the link to a huge rattlesnake den. It is now approaching 1,300 views. Thank you guys. You guys did this. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for helping me give Nathan a boost. I hear my dog getting up. I'm going to have to let him out, so I'm going to have to close out this live. Guys, hit me up on Instagram or Discord after this. I should be around. But thank you guys so much for being here. I really actually had a good crowd tonight. I think at one time I had 18 people watching, which for me, that's a lot. And that's very humbling to me. I definitely want to thank all of you guys for showing up. And let's see, I got to turn on the comments because for some reason the default is set to not enable comments. But gang, I'm going to finish up. I'm going to finish up here. Please hit Huge Rattlesnake Den one more time. Hang on, buddy. I'll be right there. I'm going to go spend some quality time with my dog, and I will be catching you guys on Discord. And thank you, Brad Clark, for showing up. Please hit that short that I keep dropping in the comments section. Ariel, Live Freedom, everybody, thank you for the help tonight. This has been one of my favorite lives ever. I mean, this is up there with the time I did yeah, I've got you, Lee. We'll be in touch, bud. But this is up there with the time like I did a live with Luby and Smet Logic, who I love both of their channels. They're both like huge inspirations of mine. This was really cool. And we got to pull together some crazy stuff for Nate, who's Snakes on the Plains. I put him in the description of this live, so if you missed the link later, you can catch it. You can or you can always ask me, and I'll always get you a link to his video. However, I have to do an email, YouTube. Yeah, hey Catbird, it's almost at 1.3. If you look at the extended, it's like 1.268. So hopefully we gave him some traction. Maybe he would have got that anyway if I wouldn't have done this live. I don't know. I do know that when I do a live, I get different people from all corners of the world in my lives. For some reason, they just attract people that normally don't hit my regular main videos. Don't know why. I figured let's take a chance. Let's take a night and give a big thumbs up to Snakes on the Plains. His channel is awesome. It's worth subscribing to. Gang, I'm going to rock and roll out of here. I'm going to get a drink, and then I'm going to be back in front of the chair, hopefully for the rest of the night. Hopefully I get tired without having to slam too many Benadryl or other meds. Oops, I said a medicine name on YouTube. Okay, guys, tomorrow my channel will be blacklisted, and all you guys who sub me tonight will be in the pokey, like Live Freedom. Just Live, I'm looking forward to hearing what you got to say, man. But I'll be around, and I'll try to head to Discord after I take a bathroom break. J-Rock, thank you for... I hope you didn't wake up for this live, but I appreciate you if you did. Ariel, for everything you do. DEA, everybody who stopped in. It's almost like too many people to thank tonight, and with very few bots. So, it's just good stuff. And this is community, man. Community comes together. Community helps each other, and people like Smet Logic are just a great example of that. If you dislike Smet Logic, just go ahead and unfollow and unfriend me, and I mean that. It's just, I don't know of anyone that has a beef with Smet Logic because the guy's like so incredibly nice, but he just literally is like so nice that, like, literally, if you don't like him, don't like me. Go away. That said, I hope you like both of us, and I hope you stay subbed. Hold up for a second. What are we holding on Live Freedom? I need to know because I'm going to have to go pretty quick. Yeah, and I lost out of the screen. Well, guys, I'm going to have to... Oh, you got that for you, Okay, he's getting something for Dragoon. I call him J-Rock. Discord. Okay. Oh, okay. Live, are you going to drop the link to the Discord? Your call, man. I'm not saying don't do it. But I mean, that's just kind of at your discretion. And I'd love to have J-Rock over there if he wants to be there. There it is. That's a Discord where me and Sue and Ariel and a few other people are. And hopefully I'm going to try and see if I can get in one of the video rooms. Joker, you know what I'm talking about. Ariel, you know what I'm talking about. Lee, thank you so much for subscribing. I got you back. Craig's Catfish channel, I can't remember the full name. I just found him the other night. He's got some good fish videos. Love them fish videos. It's just fun. I like watching fish. I mean, I like snakes and reptiles more than anything, but fish videos are good. Gang, we've ran 83 minutes. I thank each and every one of you for stopping by. And it's just been absolutely amazing. And thank you guys for hanging out. And, everyone stay healthy. Everyone get well. Solo, good night to you. You take care of yourself. Sherry, Lynn, Madcat, please be careful. Stay on that sling if you need to. I'd rather see you be in it a little longer than you need to be than get out of it too soon. And Dragoon, take care of that shoulder, man. I'll be in touch. And hopefully should be around sometime this week. Lee, man, hit me up. If you don't see a comment on your channel for me in the next day or two, leave me a comment on one of my videos. Remind me that you're out there. Although I do have you bookmarked, and you are in my sights to get by your channel because you look like you've got some good videos, especially the fish stuff and the cat stuff. So, guys, thank you again for everything. Thank you. Okay, you're Cougar Mad Cat on Discord. Okay, thank you, Sherry. Guys, I'm going to kill it. Thanks again for everything, and thank you for helping out Snakes on the Plains. Great channel. Smet Logic are great guys. And they kind of helped Snakes on the Plains too. All around good guy. I want to see his numbers go up. I always said if I ever got any recognition or any, stuff like that, I would do my best to do what Smetlogic's done, which is help other creators and help small creators. That's something that money can't pay back. Um, so, gang, be in touch. I'll be in touch. Thank you guys. And please give this a replay if you didn't catch it in full. If you have the time, no pressure. But Lee Wilcox, good to meet you tonight. Start rolling some of your stuff right away. Guys, I will see you all later. Thank you for tuning in.